Pay wasn't available. So please welcome to the stage MobilePayUSA.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. As many of you have seen at Startup Alley, we are MobilePay. My name is Kyle Circle. I'm the president of MobilePay. We are based in Irvine, California. Behind me we have Randy Smith, our CEO, inventor, and Jeff, who is handling all of our retail and marketing. We're very excited to announce MobilePay as a disruption in the mobile payment space. Today we have announced the existence of our product and company. Up until today we have been completely stealth. Going into that, how would you like to make real-world purchases with your mobile phone using your existing debit, credit, loyalty, and gift cards, requiring no hardware, software, or barcode integration for the real-world merchant? Up until now, this has not been possible. We have connected online and offline brick-and-mortar transactions. Let's roll into a live demo of our app. As you can see on the screen, you're going to enter a 4-digit PIN just like a debit card to get into the app. And let's say my wife and I are going out to get yogurt, and we're going to launch the app as you saw, and it's going to have a GPS locator similar to a Foursquare or any of the other check-in features, but we're taking it many, many steps further. The device shown in this sample demo, which is a live transaction, has nothing to do with our technology other than showcasing the real-world merchant and show you a live demo. So we're going to check into Cool Treats Yogurt. From there, we're going to click Pay My Bill. And the merchant will have rung up a $5 transaction on their merchant terminal. And I would say, I'm going to pay by phone. I can choose cards that I've preloaded. From there, I'll enter the amount and hit Pay Bill. From there, what's going to occur is an authorization is going to be sent out for acceptance with the real-world merchant. Again, no hardware, software, Bluetooth, SMS technology, very, very different. Now, I'm not sure you completely understand what just happened there. This has never happened in the history of payments. My background is in credit card processing for the last 5 years. I am a real-world ISO, generating leads and setting up merchant accounts with merchants. I've been on the streets doing it myself and have a team as well with First Data and Chase Payment Tech. Randy's background and Jeff's background in retail and Randy's in technology and software is critical to this team and its success. But let's walk back through the demo again and point out a couple of the exclusive features. Again, put in your 4-digit PIN that you choose. It could just be like your debit PIN. We take all of your existing physical debit, credit, loyalty. We can virtualize existing loyalty for any retailer or any program, whether it's a mom and pop, which up until now has required hardware and software integration. This is an adoption issue and a huge, huge cost issue for the merchant. There's also the security feature for fraud with the physical cards. 43% of lost and stolen credit cards lead to fraud. And we basically eliminate this because the cards you load onto the app here are tokenized versions. They're securely stored with our banking partner. So very different from NFC, which, as many of you may or may not know, NFC stands for Near Field Communication. This is, you wave your phone at a device that has been added to the merchant system to accept that payment. You have the barcode feature, all of that. This is a huge requirement of adoption for the merchant to upgrade everything in order for that transaction to even happen. In Japan, it's at full scale. In the US, 0% of the phones currently today have NFC technology. 5% of retail merchants even have the ability to accept that NFC technology. There's millions of credit cards in the market right now with NFC technology, but yet merchants don't want to adopt because of the cost. And that's just an example of what NFC is. So let's continue to walk through. We're going to click on the yogurt location again. You'll see in the lower, if we could zoom in down on the phone a little bit more. Down on the bottom, we're tracking the loyalty. This is massive for the retailer. Up until now, there's been no way to track on the phone with the real live transaction what's occurring to draw that customer back. We've virtualized all of that, and we can narrow it down to the SKU that is purchased at that location, like a grocery store. This is very valuable. Hit Pay My Bill again. And again, here, you've preloaded all your debit cards online or on the phone, securely stored with a banking partner, tokenized version. And then it has the option for everything from putting in a tip, and is a payment source to make payments and do away with your wallet, extremely secure. And that's MobilePay. Your phone is now your wallet. Convenient, simple, secure.
That was MobilePay exactly on time. This is interesting. For the second time in 2 days, the audience choice winner has kicked the ass of most of the other startups.
Thank you.
I suggest that next year or next time we do Disrupt, we should probably just let you guys decide who ends up on stage, because you're clearly better at it than we are.
Thank you.
So that's my unbiased opinion. Judges?
I'm going to invite Randy and Jeff down for some of the Q&A. But thank you.
Who wants to go first? Victoria?
Very exciting technology, huge market potential. So I guess the piece I was trying to understand better is exactly how much effort this is for the consumer. You showed quite a few steps there. They've got to get their phone out. They've got to pick the vendor. They've got to, at some point, they've got to upload all of their account information. They've got to type it in. It looked a little bit like paying online, and I wonder, if you tested that, are people willing to do it?
Sure.
I guess the incentive is rewards, but are they willing to do it?
Yeah, there's a lot of incentives for them. It's more than a one-trick pony of just payments, although that's our first line of what we're going to market with here. Immediately speaking, you've got the merchant sign-up is quick and easy. It's a 5-minute sign-up online. Within 5 minutes, they can be live to take transactions. Obviously very different. For those early adopter merchants, they're going to show up in a search bar, which is valuable because any of the other merchants who haven't signed up yet, they're not in the search bar for the early adopters. 80 million smartphone users, Droid, BlackBerry, iPhone, and a web-based version will be in our commercial launch. We're not commercially launched yet. We're just moving into beta from alpha, and then we could be as soon to market as November with a commercially ready product. In the meantime, we're signing up all the merchants, and they're active instantaneously. Randy can add to this.
Yeah, let me add to that. So basically, what Kyle is saying is all those loyalty cards, maybe you have several of them on your keychain. As soon as we sign up a merchant, they'll be able to go ahead and we'll automatically virtualize their entire card base. So when the consumer comes up and signs for MobilePay, they no longer have to, at checkout, they go ahead and, hey, I'm paying my MobilePay. And then the loyalty is automatic. So no more pulling out a second card to swipe and keep track of the loyalty. We will automatically do that for the merchant. One more thing. You've probably been there when you don't have your loyalty card, right? What happens then? You give out a phone number. Who's behind me in line? I wouldn't want my wife giving out the phone number. It's sort of an uncomfortable thing. You're releasing private data. That's eliminated as well.
Greg?
Does that fully answer your question? It's easy adoption for the merchant to sign up in advance. The user knows when they're walking into the store that they already accept the payment. The person's been simply trained with a simple introduction. Ring up the items as normal. The person's going to pay by phone when they tell you. That employee does nothing different. An authorization is sent out, met up in the cloud from the system, and an approval is sent back down to each device. The receipt is printed on the merchant POS system. Nobody's touched anything on the merchant POS system besides scanning the items.
Okay, I want to bring some more people in. Greg?
I think this is awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That is a positive comment. That's the exact opposite of, are you fucking kidding me? By the way, keeping track.
How are you guys going to make money? I can think of 3 ways, but I want to know what you guys think.
Okay, I got that. we're going to get paid per sale. So we have to, every time the card's swiped through, we'll charge a 1% transaction fee. So, but they'll get more than payments like we went over ahead. They're going to get the loyalty. They can initiate offers to the consumers as they walk into the store because we have the GPS platform. So there's multiple things that they're going to get with that 1%. That's in addition to be clear, the normal payment transaction cost of paying with a MasterCard or Visa.
Sean?
I think the technology is interesting. You know, I think the question about, you know, is this easy enough for the consumer to get going? I think that's the critical question. And I'm, you know, curious to see what this looks like in the market.
Tell us more about the technology team. Where have you recruited the technology team from, and tell us more about their, you know, their skills and backgrounds.
Current technology team.
Yeah.
Current 10 individuals on the team. We have 2 senior architects from a software firm. They're on board building this entire technology you've seen today. Our value raise, we've raised about $100,000 to date. This is when our application was. We bootstrapped this entire technology by not spending nearly a penny. We are true bootstrapping entrepreneurs and excited about that.
Yep.
And as far as speaking to the other pieces, we have a creative director, we have a retail side, we're going to have multiple avenues to signing up merchants with the existing systems out in the marketplace, independent sales organizations, affiliate groups.
As far as the technology goes, the operations end, this is something that, in order to come up with this solution, I've spent over the last decade plus, came up with an original idea to have a universal payment and loyalty solution that was all carried onto one card. Okay. Now, recently, obviously, mobile apps took off, and so I said, wait a minute, I figured that out a few years ago. But in order to do that, I had to go ahead and figure out how all the payment systems work, both the acquiring side, the issuing side, the payment terminals, the processors, just about everything you can think of, the clearing and settlement. After that, then like I get back to the point where, well, I think we need a mobile app. Quite apparent these days. So several months back, I went ahead and came up with a solution by just sort of locking myself in my office for days on end, and then my wife would knock up.
And he blueprinted the entire technology, yep. Took it to our programmers, everything down to the nth degree was already on paper, yep. With the screenshots and the wires, and brought the team on board and they built it out.
Okay, we're almost out of time, but did that answer your question?
Did,
Yep. Okay, well, that's MobilePay, or MobilePayUSA. Thanks, guys. Which brings us to the end of the final session of today. So if we get one more huge round of applause for our excellent judges.